Good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Daniels. Today I want to talk to you about Apple computers and the rise of the iPhone 6. Now, Apple was founded by Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, also known as the Woz, on April the 1st of 1976. They were founded in a garage. And one of the coolest things is they are now a Fortune 500 company. They're now in the top 5 that has sold 500 million devices. They renamed themselves on January the 3rd, 1977 to Apple Inc. Now, Apple is the second largest technology information, only behind Samsung. They're also the second largest mobile device maker, again only behind Samsung. In 2001, Apple decided to build their own retail stores, and this would compete against competitors in a complete different way. No longer would they have someone else selling their product, but they would hire everyday average people like you and I to go in their stores and to sell things such as the Mac, the iPod, the iPad, and this would be able to way to change things in a whole new realm. On January the 9th of 2007, Apple made the shift to consumer electronics, such as devices like the iPhone. On 2007, June the 29th, they came out with the first gen, and on 2019 to 2009, they came out with the 3GS. Now, these mobile devices was personalized in a complete different way. They were no longer just a way of just being able to talk to somebody by audio or by text, but you could personalize your experience. You could say, for example, wanted to check out the weather, say today at 3 o'clock. You could actually go into one of your apps and see what time things are going to be like at 3 o'clock whenever you got out of school, and see if it was going to rain, whether it was going to have thunder, whether a hurricane was going to come. No matter what was going to transpire, you could do things like that. Say for a football app, you wanted to see what time a game was going to play. You could actually see those things. On 2010, of June the 24th, they came out with the iPhone 4. Now, the iPhone 4 was the biggest turn of the mobile devices, and I'll tell you why. They came out with an app called FaceTime. FaceTime was a new thing, and it was a great thing because, say for example, if you had someone in the military and you wanted to be able to share your emotions and expressions with them, and they were overseas and you couldn't talk to them like you normally could, you could do so with FaceTime. FaceTime, you could carry on a video and audio conversation and see expressions if somebody wanted to share a smile, or you cried, or things like that. It would help make your life a little bit easier and transpire from day-to-day things. On October the 14th of 2011, iPhone came out with Siri, the iPhone 4S. And I'll tell you what, this was one of the greatest things also known because you could share your experience with a mobile device. And for example, hey Siri.
Hey, baby.
I wanted you to see that. Now I know that's a little funny, but again, it's personalizing your experience with a mobile device. How are things with you today, Siri?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, but this is all about you.
Now notice, maybe she's being a little facetious, I have no clue, but it's personalized and it makes things completely different in a whole new way of being able to experience a product. I've never been able to do that with a device before, not with a computer. Computers have kind of been a way of kind of a dead product. You can just put your information and it gives you some information back, but not personalizing your experience. It takes things to a whole complete different level. The iPhone 6 was released in September the 19th of this year. And again, it's one of those products that was taken to a whole new level. It is no longer just a small device. You not only just have Siri, you not only have FaceTime, it's bigger, it's thinner. They came out with the 6 and the 6 Plus. The 6 Plus is to compete against things such as products like the Note 4. Apple is one of the greatest products that's known to mankind. They claim as of this point that right now that is responsible for 10% of our economic growth that's happening all around us, not just in technology and information. I'm talking about 10% of our economic growth all around us, and that's one of the greatest things I know. And making a good phone doesn't matter much if you don't put it in the hands of people, and Apple can do that because they take everyday things such as a computer, or such as a mobile device, and personalize your experience. They're the cool kids in school. They're the ones that you want to fashion everything about. They're the one of the things that they don't just make the product, they make the product better. I enjoy selling these products in my stores. I work for AT&T, and when someone walks in and they want to be able to experience something like this for the first time, they can do so, and I get to see what people's expressions go through whenever they begin to use FaceTime, and whenever they begin to use Siri, and when they begin to be able to use these apps that we're talking about today. They have a way of taking a good idea and making them better than anyone else. In March of 2014 of this year, they reached 500 million devices. Now, I'm excited about what Apple is doing. I'm also excited about what they're going to do. They released Apple TV, and there's no telling where that's going to take us. Apple's got some great products that are about to come out. They just came out with the new iPads. And because I work at AT&T, I get a chance to share some of the information with some of my colleagues before it comes out and releases to the public. I enjoy it. And I know where some of the things are headed and where some of the steps that they're about to take, but I know it's about to be some great opportunities that are out there. We need more companies like Apple. We need more companies like that because it takes things to a whole new level. Again, personalizing your experience with a mobile device can take opportunities to a great way. I'm excited about Apple, and I'm excited about what they're about to do. I hope that you are too. My name is Richard Daniels, and if you have any questions, just please let me know, and I'll be glad to help you. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.